Good morning, special needs mamas. It is Friday. I'm so excited because it's cold outside. Okay, it's 55, but still, I get to wear a sweater. So come on, give me a little bit of a break here. I like the cooler weather. I got my nice little hot cocoa. Today is gonna be shareable. Everybody needs to hear this. Hit that little share button on the bottom. This is the question I get asked all the time. This is the core of everything that I do. And that is the answer everybody is looking for, but nobody actually wants to hear. So, two things. First of all, give me a thumbs up to let me know that you can hear me okay, because you don't want to miss this. And two, hit that little share button on the bottom, because I don't care if you're a special needs mom or not, you need to hear this too. This bugs the crap out of me, and I'll tell you why. Okay, it's 20 days of truth, so I'm going to give you the behind the scenes truth, but I'm also going to give you the tough love that I need to give you, because I'm not here to tell you what you want to hear, I'm here to tell you what you need to hear. So I get asked all the time, how do you do what you do? How do you cope with the overwhelm? How do you find the positive despite your situation? How do you move forward when you just want to crawl in the corner and cry? Nobody wants to hear this, but it seriously bugs the shit out of me when I get that question, and it is not because of you asking me. It is actually because I used to ask the same damn question. And the answer is not what you want to hear. I wish I could sit here and give you the answer of how to get out of overwhelm. Right? Just follow steps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and voila, your life is fixed. You are now the calmest person in the world and nothing can touch you. It's not that simple. Because the truth of the matter is, I am no different than you. I have the same struggles as you. So please do not hold me to on this high pedestal and think that just because I'm in front of the camera and just because I'm a coach and this is my job, that I have it all figured out and I have all my shit together, because I don't, and I am far from perfect. And the reason why I point this out to you is because I was in the same boat you're in right now, where I was looking at other special needs moms who appear to have it all together, and I was getting so frustrated, because for the life of me, I could not figure out what they were doing that I'm not. Why I was still sitting here struggling and they seemed to have it all together, and it made me furious. So I'm going to go into this today. I'm going to tell you exactly what it is that I needed to do to get out of the overwhelm, because this is what everybody wants to know. So here it is. Get ready. Take notes. Whatever it is you need to do, save this video so you can watch it over and over again. Share it with everybody you know, because this is something everybody needs to hear. It's not what you want to hear, but it's something you need to hear, and it's the only way to move forward. In case we haven't met before, by the way, I'm Nicolette. I hold many different titles: stress management coach, personal trainer, chief rebel, change instigator, you pick one. But I help special needs moms get out of overwhelm and back to living life on their terms, because I'm a special needs mom myself, and I get it. I get it exactly where you're at. I hit rock bottom a few years ago, and I had to dig my way back out. So today is as real as it gets. Today is all about what it is exactly that makes you overwhelmed. And here's a hint, it's not your actual circumstances. Even though those are very nice and easy to blame, it is not your actual circumstances. And I will tell you how to get out of it, if you're ready for it, if you're ready to face the truth. And that's the ultimate question, are you ready for it? So here's a little bit of my truth, the behind the scenes, so that you understand where this is coming from, and so you understand what literally the basis of all my coaching and of my upcoming January group program is. I used to hold other special needs moms up on this pedestal And I used to look at them in a way that I thought I needed to be like them. Like, they seem to have all their stuff together. And you know what I'm talking about. You know the special needs moms that you can pick out that always point out the positive in every situation, that always seem to juggle it all and still look gorgeous on camera or in a Facebook post, and that only give you the happy side of things. And I always looked up to them, or so I thought. And it made me furious that I couldn't be like that. Why couldn't I be like that? Why couldn't I just let the stress roll off my shoulder? Why couldn't I just cope better? Why couldn't I just get a handle on all the shit that we have to deal with? Why couldn't I be the one who's calmer with my kids and who is more organized with all the medical stuff we have to deal with, and who still keeps a clean house, and who still is this amazing mom who goes out to all these after school activities and does all this other crap, right? So I used to look up to these people, or so I thought. The truth of the matter is, and this is why it bugs me when people hold me up on this pedestal now, ironically, I didn't actually look up to those people. I didn't actually look up to those moms. I envied them, and there's a huge difference. And this is why it bugs me when people ask me, what do you do? Like I somehow have some secret magic formula that fixes everything, or that I'm somehow have better capabilities to cope than you do. I don't. I will tell you that flat out. I am no different than you. I struggle with anxiety, I struggle with depression, I struggle with simply keeping my head on my shoulders most days with 4 kids running around. Plus the special needs side. So I am no different than you. What ultimately made me get out of overwhelm was to realize that while I should have been looking up to these people, I wasn't. I envied them. And envy doesn't get you anywhere. See, if I were looking up to them, I would have studied them. I would have figured out what is it that they're doing that I'm not, and how can I fix that so that I can then eventually become them. But I wasn't doing that. I envied them, as in the grass is always greener on the other side, and that can't possibly be me. They have something that I don't have. It's not true. They don't have something that you don't have. I don't have something that you don't have. I simply had to realize that I was actually envying them, which in reality means I was putting myself down, and I didn't believe that I could ever be that person, that I could ever be that mom who actually, for the most part, trusts that she knows what the hell she's doing. I didn't believe I could be that person. So I envied them, which then kept me even more stuck and more overwhelmed, because now we're playing the comparison game. Well, she has her shit figured out. Why can't I do that? So I'm putting myself down the whole entire time that I'm envying somebody else, and that's not going to get you anywhere. That's just going to make you feel shitty about yourself. And the truth of the matter is, even those people that I was envying or looking up to, as I thought, they don't have their shit together either. Nobody does. And anybody who tells you otherwise is full of shit. Because all of us are in this just trying to figure it out. None of us have all the answers. There is no perfect parent. There is no perfect mom. There is no perfect special needs mom. There is no perfect situation where your life is suddenly all groovy. We are all in this every single day, just trying to figure it out from one day to the next. So I am no different than you are. So I want you to consider today, are you actually looking up to these other people? Because if you were, you'd be trying to figure out what they're doing that you need to do so that you can move forward and feel better about yourself and your life. Or do you envy them? And envy comes with a lot of resentment. It comes with a lot of guilt. It comes with a general sense of you're not good enough the way you are right now. And that's where I was at. I wasn't looking up to them like I should have been. I was envying them and I was putting myself down with it. And it wasn't helping me one bit. It actually made me more depressed and more anxious and more overwhelmed and resentful, not just towards other special needs moms who seem to have all their shit together, but I became resentful towards everybody. I became resentful towards my own family. I became resentful towards my husband for being able to leave the house and have a job and talk to adults. I became resentful towards quote-unquote normal people who don't have to deal with the shit that I have to deal with. I became resentful towards life. So, if you take nothing else out of anything I ever post, anything I ever say or write or put on video or talk about in my group, ask yourself this: are you actually looking up to the other people? Or are you envying them? Because envy kills you. It will keep you stuck. It will keep you overwhelmed. And that's literally the answer that nobody wants to face. It's not about your circumstances. It's not about the support that you do or do not have around you. It's not about what somebody else is doing. It's about you. And nobody wants to face that because that's scary as hell and it hurts. It hurts to realize that the only person that is actually holding you back is you. And I didn't realize it until I hit rock bottom and there was nowhere else to go but up. So if you're expecting some sort of secret formula from me, I can give you a bunch of how-to strategies. I can give you coping strategies. I can give you day-to-day strategies when it comes to parenting, when it comes to staying organized with all the special needs stuff that you need to stay organized with. I can give you strategies to fight the school system. I can give you strategies to get approval for things that insurance has denied. I can give you strategies to cope with your kids' behavior stuff. I can do all of that. But unless you actually believe that you can be that person who can handle that, nothing is ever going to change. So from this point forward, please understand, I am no different than you. I struggle with the exact same stuff you do. I have my self-doubts. I have my fears. I second guess myself all the freaking time. I get frustrated with my kids all the time. Every single day, at one point, I'm gonna get frustrated and I might yell and then I'm gonna regret it. I'm in the same boat as you. I too sometimes ride the self-pity train and I don't want to do this and it's not fair and blah blah blah. So if anything, if you want to pick out something that might make me different from where you are right now, it's that I made the decision to stop complaining and comparing. Being envious of other people or being envious of the things that I don't have doesn't get me anywhere. So when I was at that rock bottom, I literally decided that no matter how shitty my day is, I will not jump on social media to complain, because that is a downward spiral that I no longer wanted to be on. I will not put myself down anymore. Do I still do it? Yeah, I catch myself doing it all the time, but I correct it now. So you have to decide, what do you want? Do you want to feel stuck or do you want to get out of it? And if you want to get out of it, it is not going to be easy. If you're looking for the easy answer, it's not going to happen, because you have to face yourself, and that is the hardest thing any of us have to do. Circumstances we can deal with, we can adjust, we can adapt, we can make certain changes, but the hardest part is actually dealing with yourself. And that is the answer nobody wants to know. You're overwhelmed, not because of your circumstances. You're overwhelmed because you don't know what to do with yourself. You don't believe it can be any different. You don't believe that you have more capabilities than you do right now. We constantly make decisions based on our circumstances right now, and we make decisions for our future based on how things are right now. But that's going to hold us back. You have to simply make a decision that it's going to be different and then figure out how to actually get there. Everybody is so busy looking at it from this point of view right here where I'm at right now, and they're trying to figure out this big how am I going to get there. It's the other way around. You have to decide, this is where I'm going to be a year from now. By the end of 2017, this is where I'm going to be. And then you reverse engineer and figure out, okay, so what do I have to do to actually get there? If you're starting from here, you're always going to be stuck. You're always going to envy other people. You need to just picture what it is you want to do, where it is you want to be by the end of next year, and reverse engineer. And that will come with some very uncomfortable decisions. That will come with some very uncomfortable conversations that you have to have. That will come with you having to set different boundaries. That will come with having to change your environment. That will come with constantly having to be aware about how you talk and represent yourself. Because that's where it starts. If you're already talking down about yourself and your life and you're just complaining about everything, it's not going to change. There is nothing I can do to help you. Nothing. I can try to talk you out of it, but it's an uphill battle for me. And quite frankly, I only deal with people and work with people who have come to the acceptance that the only person who can change their situation is them. It's not their circumstances. It's not a certain amount of money. It's not a certain job situation. It's not a certain living situation. It's not a perfect support system. It starts with you. And if you're not willing to admit that, and if you're not willing to make the change, sorry, I can't help you. And I say this with love because I've been exactly where you are. I've been exactly to the point that all these moms message me about where they are. And I had to realize that myself, that nothing anybody was going to say to me was going to change anything. It didn't matter if I had one person behind me, no people behind me, 100 people behind me. If I wasn't willing to face myself, nothing was going to change. So you have to decide. Yes, life is shitty, but you can either complain about it and nothing is ever going to change, or you can accept it as is and focus on the solution rather than the problem. Some things may not have solutions. Then those are the things you need to let go of. You need to stop complaining about. I don't have a solution for my son's medical condition. It's always going to be there. But me sitting here complaining about it is not going to fix anything. It's not going to make it any better. So what are the things that I can find a solution for? What are the things that I can change? That's what you need to be focusing on. So that's my rant for today. That's the big secret that everybody is looking for, the big answer that will get you out of your overwhelm. I wish I could deliver you an easy solution and be like, here you go, take this, and everything will be fine, but it's not that simple. So if you're ready to admit that to yourself, if you're ready to actually face yourself, then let me know. That's what I'm here for. That's what my group program in January is for. I will post a link for it below this video, so if you're interested in that, you can look into it. You're smart, you're capable, you can look it up yourself and you can decide if it's the right fit for you. I don't need to give you a big spiel on that. But realize, please, if you take nothing else from anything I've ever said, is that you have to decide each and every day. And I know this is not easy because I have to make that decision each and every day too, sometimes every single hour. You have to decide to stop complaining and focus on the solution, the action part of it. Talking about it, that's what therapists are for. But talking is not going to get you anywhere. You have to take action. You have to find a solution to a problem and take action. And that's what it comes down to. And that comes with some uncomfortable conversations. And that's what I'm here for, to talk you through that. That comes with facing some truths that are painful. Again, that's what I'm here for, to talk you through that and to help you find a solution for the problem. But you have to first decide that that's what you want. It's up to you. It really is. There's no magic answer coming from my end. If I had it, I would have told you already and I would have applied it myself. But there isn't one. I'm no different than you. I struggle with the same stuff you do. And it's a day-to-day, hour-by-hour, sometimes minute-by-minute. I will tell you, this morning, my son freaking out and throwing absolutely everything across the floor. It was a minute-by-minute decision to not focus on the problem, but rather the solution. So I get it. I really do. I mean this with love because I've been there and I know what you're struggling with. I struggle with it every day. My anxiety could have easily taken over this morning. But I decided that I wasn't going to let it rule my life. So, you have all weekend to let this settle and digest. And if you're up for a conversation, message me, comment below, go to my group Momentum Empowering Special Needs Moms. We will discuss this a little bit more in there. And like I said, I will post the link for my actual program in just a minute. So if that's what you're interested in a group program that starts January 2nd, all the details are on my website. Talk to you soon. Bye.